This shit crazy. We just gonna dive right on up in this thing, man. So here we looking at a write-up from the New England Journal of Medicine, published on March 5th, 2020, first case documented in the United States. Here you have the summary. Outbreak of novel coronavirus, code name 2019-NCOV. They describe the ID, the infection, the diagnosis, and the clinical course, symptoms, so on and so on. You know, speaking on the patient's vitals, being fatigued, symptom management as needed, ibuprofen every 6 hours. They kept him on 6 liters of saline for the first 6 days. He had a continued cough. After 8 days, they discontinued the supplemental oxygen. He started eating, but the cough was still hitting hard. So this was a 12-day study. 1969, December 31st to be exact, Clinical Microbiology Reviews, figure number 1. They breaking down this virus from the rooter to the tutor. Sponsored by American Society for Microbiology. They labeled the lineage, categorized them alpha, beta, gamma, delta, all frequencies. So we see the coronavirus tree has its fair share of members, MERS, SARS, just to name a few that I had heard of, but I damn sure didn't know that they were part of the coronavirus family. Hell, they got all kind of coronaviruses, beluga whale, equine, that's horses and shit, feline, and multiple human coronaviruses. Yeah, multiple. In 1971, A.F. Bradburn and B.A. Somerset, in cahoots with the Common Cold Unit, dropping a summary on healthy adults and experimentally infected volunteers. Come on, man. 6 coronaviruses isolated in the U.S. of good old A, inoculated into volunteers and produced cold. Because this is actually what we're dealing with is super cold. It says studies between 1965 and 1970 revealed the high frequency. Could it just be 5G?
Paraphrase.
Of neutralizing antibody of a particular strain. Also from research, I'm guessing, and evaluation, they had findings of an apparent increase in corona activity in the general population of the United Kingdom. So these folks have conducted a 5-year study on infected volunteers between 1965 and 1970 in Britain. Okay. The bottom highlighted area is where this writer quotes McIntosh 1969 et al., Bradburn 1970, attesting once again to previous experimental studies and natural infections with human coronaviruses. The top area that I highlighted caught my eye says that these newly isolated strains have the same characteristics. Morphology, quote, unquote. Morphology. This is from KWBU, BBC World Service. Dr. Yoko Urura says the new coronavirus attacks the lungs. As it enters the lungs, it starts to replicate. Now let's slide back to 1963, talking about isolated volunteers inoculated with the virus, various strands of the coronavirus, and how the severity varied depending on the strain. Tyrell, 1963. Went back, 1963. 1963. Come on, man. Vira. These are graphs of results from study, examination, experimentation 57 years ago, man. This is absolutely fucked up, man. Wow. Characterization and complete genome sequence of novel coronavirus, aka HK.1, from pneumonia patients. That's what this say. Okay. Don't be surprised when we take it to the sky. NCBI is the National Center for Biotechnology Information, founded in 1988 in Bethesda, Maryland. Bethesda, however you say this shit. But yeah, this center is located in Maryland. Biotechnology Information National Center, founded 1988 in America. Yeah.
Better watch it quick, you fucking with a heavyweight.
Down below at the bottom of this page, you'll see the letters CONSRTM. Now, my mind deciphers that as shorthand for the word consortium, which is basically means partnership. Maybe I'm tripping, I don't know, but it means partnership with or several partners. To the right, it reads NCBI Genome Project. Inside the small red circle, you see the title, and it says identification of a new human coronavirus. At the top, in the big red circle, it reads source, human coronavirus, code name HCOV-NL63. Now that NL will be important later on in this video. Under that it reads organism, human coronavirus, NL63. But under that it says viruses, plural. Then lists 7 different viruses that I'm assuming it took to create NL63. Here I highlighted 7 viruses they combined to make human coronavirus 229E. It shares 6 of the 7 viruses used for the NL63 virus. The highlighted title says infections RNA transcribed into vitro from a cDNA copy of the human coronavirus genome cloned in vaccinia virus. NL63 complete genome. Submitted August 13, 2004. Submitted June 24, 2004. Submitted June 22, 2004 to the Department of Human Retrovirology, University of Amsterdam, Academic Medical Center, Netherlands. Hold up. Do the NL stand for Netherlands?
No, sir.
Hold up. Submitted March 5th, 2004. Is this particular strain of the NL63 exclusive for Netherlands? NL63? August 13th, 2018. HK.1 complete genome. 7 viruses once again. A couple interchanged from the previous viruses. Submitted April 11th, 2004. Department of Microbiology, the University of Hong Kong, University Pathology Building, Queen Mary Hospital in Hong Kong, China.
Coronavirus HK.1.
See what I'm saying? Highlighted in the middle, January 23rd, 2006. This sequence version replaced NC006577.1. What you mean replaced? They reported the mature peptides were designated NSP1 through NSP16 following the nomenclature used in MHV-A59 and SARS-CoV, quote unquote. Now, peptides are compounds consisting of 2 or more amino acids linked in a chain, etc., etc. And nomenclature is the devising or choosing names, rules for forming terms in a particular field.
So y'all just switching the game up when you want to, huh?
Bottom highlight, source, organism, human coronavirus, H.ooD B.1. Here's another direct submission to Queen Mary Hospital in Hong Kong, submitted January 18, 2006. 2003, organism, sable antelope coronavirus, type, genomic RNA, strain, US/OH1/2003, country, USA/Ohio, direct sequencing of viral RNA extracted from original antelope doodle sample. Man. Okay, wow. Yeah. Viral. Running it back to the 60s and 70s, they speak on an assumption that specific viruses are unrelated, saying that such an assumption may be valid, studying sera, which is serum, from a relatively small community. And I quote, but probably does not apply to the sera studied in this report, which were taken from persons living all over the UK. Journal reference, discovery of bat coronaviruses through surveillance and probe capture-based next-generation sequencing, M-Sphere 2020. American Society for Biology, in quotations, a targeted NGS approach may help track the viruses behind dangerous outbreaks, unquote, from Science Daily, January 29, 2020. An international group of researchers describe how to use enrichment for tracking coronaviruses, especially the ones that originate in bats. The NGS is, quote, enriched, unquote, with probes or baits, which are tiny fragments of genetic material that find and bind to viral DNA. I'll be damned. What the hell you mean distribution of COVID-19 cases? 691 cases identified on cruise ship in Japanese territorial waters. USA Today spoke on claims and theories about the origins of COVID-19, include the virus being brought to the Military World Games in October in Wuhan, where this whole thing allegedly kicked off. Who told them that? In addition to that, Event 201 kicked off in Wuhan. You see the date, and they played out what's being played now. So you tell me. Viral. Look here, man, this your country cousin A King, and this is not a dream. Realness a click away. So go on, tap that subscribe button, man. Tap that like, highlight your boy, you know what I'm saying? And be on the lookout for Viral Part 2. Good brother moment.
Music is